Hello everyone, welcome to LICD LT Spice session number 4. Today we are going to implement a linear equation using op-amp in LT Spice. Okay, so we will implement this equation, that is V out is equal to 3 times V1 plus 5 times V2 minus V3. We have already covered this topic in the theory class. So let us look into the solution directly. Okay, so this was the solution, the final design which we got. Oh, sorry. So this was the final design which we got. We will implement this design in LTSpice and verify its functionality, whether it gives us, whether this equation is valid or no in terms of simulation results. So to validate the results in LTSpice, we will consider 3 cases for V1, V2, and V3, and we will compare with the theoretical results of V out with the simulated values. So let us start building this circuit in LTSpice. So let me just minimize this a little. Yeah. So this is my workspace, LTSpice workspace. I select a new component from here as OP07, our transistor, our op-amp, operational amplifier, and we will have to use resistors. So let's quickly build up the circuit. So these are my resistors which are here. I will require another resistor over here, then over here, and will require another resistor over here. Okay, so let me delete the unnecessary resistors. Okay, now let us do the connections. So basically we are building this circuit. Whatever you are seeing over here, we are building this circuit over here like this. So let us continue building that. So we'll connect this with the wires. This also will be going to the out. This is the first stage of my op-amp inverting adder basically. Oh, sorry. This connection goes down like this, and this resistor will go down like this. Okay, at the output side, at the this side, to the left hand side of this resistor, we will connect the input basically. Okay, so the inverting terminal is already taken care of. The non-inverting terminal will go to ground. Fine. And here we have another op-amp, OP07. Let's consider again, and we have to connect it over here like this. Okay, and we'll do the settings over now. So this output goes to this input of the resistor, and this goes over here. So let us quickly make the connections, and then we will start with the simulation. And this finally this is going to the output. Okay, and let's just also keep some space for this input also. Okay, so I have to take the output, and here I will write label it as V out. So this is my V out. This is actually my V3, basically V3 source, and also we have to label this nodes also. Let me just expand it a little more. Okay, so we have to connect external sources now. So we have voltage. You can connect one voltage source over here, another voltage source over here, and another voltage source over here. So we have this voltage source now. Let us do the connections with a wire. So here I have connected like this. Here it is connected this way, and here it is the final source. Let me connect the ground now for all the terminals. Okay, now we have to connect the power connections. So for power connections, we can take two voltage sources. So op-amp will require a dual power supply. So we can join the connections like this, and it will have a common ground over here. Let me do the connections for this common ground. Okay, and the final labeling part is left. So this can be labeled as VCC. Oh, sorry, it has to be written VCC. capital C. Okay. Similarly, the lower part can be written as labeled as VEE, and all this thing we have to power up the op-amp. So for op-amp also we have to do like a small wire like this, and we can label it. Similarly here, so it's very important to do this labeling part. Okay, or else without the power supply the op-amp will not work. So they are the driving force behind the op-amp functioning, the dual power supply. So this is VE. This is my second stage. So for second stage also I need to power up the op-amp. So I will require this VE, and this will be VCC. And this is your VE. Let me just push this register a little that side. Yeah, now it's all better. So okay, we are ready to go. Okay, this ground terminal was left. So okay, now the circuit is complete. Okay, now let us compare that with our design on paper on OneNote, whether we have completed this circuit or not. Okay, okay, so this was V1, V2. Let me check. Yeah, R1, V1, V2, R2. This is RF. We can name it as RF. It doesn't matter if we name it R3 also. It's fine. This is R4. This is R5. It is 15K. We will name it properly. Don't worry. And this will be R5. So let us rename this as RF as per the design. This was RF. This was R4. This was R3. And this register over here, instead of R6, it was R5. Okay, so everything is ready. We are ready to set it up. And finally, we will decide on the register values. So R2 register was 3 kilo ohms, R1 register 5 kilo ohms, then RF is around 15, and all the remaining resistors are 15 kilo ohm. So let us do that. R4 is also 15 kilo ohm as per the design. R3 is also 15 kilo ohm. That's also as per the design, and R5 also 15 kilo ohm. So, and oh, one more thing we have forgotten. We have to connect the non-inverting input terminal to the ground in case of the second stage. So good we remember that at this stage, or else it would have given some error. Also the power supply, we can give it as plus or minus 15. So here it is. So all the power definitions are also over. And we only thing left is to check the number of cases now. That is, we'll go to this now. Let me just expand it. Yeah. So we'll test these cases one by one. So first case, I think this is V1. Yeah, in the design also it is V1. Yeah, this is surely V1. Let me just mark it. This is V1. This is V2 as per the design. So V1 source will have, let me just mark this also as V1. Labeling part is still left. And this was V2. And this is already marked as V3. So everything else is fine. So we will apply over here. Okay, so we will now test the design for these inputs, that is V1, V2, V3 as 1, 1 and 5. So let us start giving this. This is V1 is 1 volt, V2 is also 1 volt, and V3 is 5 volts. So we should get expected output as 3 volts at the output of the second op amp. So let us simulate this. We'll run, and we have to click on the DC operating point. Okay, so here we have marked the Vout node. So Vout node is giving 2.99. Let us check that. You go on the output node, click on it, you'll get the value. Right click on the value and select Vout from there. Remove this expression and select Vout and click on OK. Now we can drag this value anywhere which we want. So also we can go to view, unmark the mark unconnected pin, so that value will disappear. That thing which is coming down. So we were expected to get the value of close to 3, and we are getting around 2.999, which is very close. Now let us try out with the other combination. So let me adjust it properly. Yeah, So here, second case, we have V1 as 2 volts, V2 as zero point 0.5. So this is zero point 0.5, and V3 was around 4 volt. Okay, so let me simulate this and check what is the expected answer. Expected is around 4.5 and plus 4.5, and whatever we are getting is, yeah, we are getting 4.499, where is equal to 4.5. So this circuit is working really well. Let us test for one more time. V1 is zero point 0.5 for the third case, V2 is 1 volt, and okay, V3 is 10 volts. So now let us run. The expected answer is minus 3.5. Okay, so let us check the expected answer now. Yes, it is coming out to be minus 3.5. So this circuit over here is indeed much accurate than while designing using op-amp. So the design with op-amps is very much fun, and the life becomes very simple, and simple. Any linear implementation of equation, we can do it using op-amp. So let me write over here. This is the heading over here was linear equation implementation using op-amp. We are using OP07, so we can easily write OP07. So this works really well. Let me just write the label over here. That's it. Okay, so this was the circuit which we have implemented on paper on OneNote, and we have derived its expression with these values, and we put these values exactly as per in the LT-SPICE window, and it's giving quite accurate results, almost same results up to 3 decimals. So we have checked on all the three cases. All the three cases, the simulated value was coming absolutely fine. So this was the implementation of linear equation using op-amp. So that's it for today's topic. Next time we'll start with another topic using op-amp, another linear application of op-amp we will study. So until then, have a good day and thank you.